I remember the exact second the line was crossed. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic. It was delivered the way people deliver truth when they think it's harmless. "We didn't invite you," she said, eyes fixed on the steam curling out of her coffee. "My family thinks you're lesser than my ex. I don't want awkwardness." Lesser, a small word, sharp as a blade when it lands where it's meant to. I didn't react. I didn't blink. I didn't argue. Silence stretched between us like a held breath. She mistook it for acceptance. "Understood," I said. And in that moment, something inside me shut down so cleanly it scared me. The apartment was quiet after that, too quiet, the kind of quiet that hums in your ears. Morning lights slanted across the floor, catching dust motes like witnesses frozen midair. Her dress for the party hung from the closet door. Carefully chosen, expensive, approved by a family that had already judged me unworthy of the room. I watched her move through the kitchen, humming, comfortable, certain. She didn't notice how my gaze had changed. People rarely do when they think they've won. I'd spent 2 years making myself useful, without making myself visible. I paid the rent when her job fell through. I handled the logistics of her life. Appointments, travel, finances, problems she didn't want to touch. I smoothed things before they ever became storms. I thought that was love. What it really was, I realized, was leverage. She left for the party mid-afternoon. Perfume, a smile, a distracted kiss on my cheek. "I'll be late," she said. "Already gone." The door clicked shut. That was the sound of the bond snapping. I didn't rage, I didn't cry, I didn't pace. I moved. I packed with surgical calm. Clothes folded, not thrown. Documents slid into a folder I'd prepared months ago, without knowing why. My laptop, my hard drives, the external backups she didn't even know existed. I disconnected my accounts from the shared devices, changed passwords, quietly revoked access. I took what was mine. I left what was hers. By the time the sun dipped low, the apartment looked untouched, except for the absence of me. No note, no drama, no warning. Revenge doesn't announce itself. It lets others do the screening. The first call came 3 hours later. Her name lit up my phone like a flare. I didn't answer. The second call followed immediately, then messages. Confusion first, then irritation, then the sharp edge of panic. I muted the thread and poured myself a drink in the hotel room I'd booked that morning. Same city, different world. I knew the sequence. I'd seen it play out in smaller ways before when systems failed and she realized she didn't know how to fix them. At the party she would smile too. Hard, laugh too loud, check her phone when no one was looking. Her family would notice the distraction and file it away as another flaw, another point deducted. By the time her mother called me, the confusion had matured into fear. "I don't understand," her mother said, voice tight polite. She says, "You just disappeared." I let the silence work. It always does. "I wasn't invited," I said finally. "So?" I removed the awkwardness. Her breath caught. A mother recognizing the sound of consequences approaching her child. I didn't block them. That would have been crude. I let the calls come. I let the messages stack up unanswered like unpaid debts. Meanwhile, I made moves. The lease was in my name. I transferred it. The utilities auto-drafted for my account canceled. The streaming services, the cloud storage. The phone plan I'd added her to when hers lapsed gone. The joint savings account she'd barely contributed to was separated with documentation so clean it would pass an audit. I forwarded emails, archived photos, closed loops she didn't even know existed. I wasn't taking revenge, I was reclaiming structure. When she finally found me, showed up at the hotel with red eyes and a practice speech, I listened without interrupting. "This is extreme," she said. "You embarrassed me." I smiled, not cry accurately. "You told me where I stood," I said. I adjusted accordingly. She searched my face for anger. There was none to grab onto. That scared her more than yelling ever could. Her family circled next. Concern disguised as authority, invitations to talk. Request. To explain. Subtle reminders of how relationships work. I declined them all with the same calm sentence. "I'm respecting your assessment." That phrase traveled. It landed. It echoed. Her brother called. Then her aunt. Each conversation revealed the same thing. They'd never expected me to leave. They'd expected me to endure, to stay useful, quiet, grateful for proximity. They learned the cost of that assumption, one canceled safety net at a time. She had to ask her ex for help. The same ex they praised. He helped for a price. He always did. I heard about it through mutual friends who couldn't decide whether to be impressed or afraid. I slept well. The final confrontation happened in daylight. Neutral ground, a cafe she liked because it made her feel important. She sat across from me, smaller somehow, not diminished, exposed. I didn't mean it like that, she said. I nodded. Intent doesn't change impact. You could have talked to me. I did, you answered.